Shalom, everyone. As we turn the pages of the calendar past Yom Kippurim, we were under the notion that the Yamim Noraim were behind us. But in a different sense of the word, this Erev Shabbat, we find ourselves in the very midst and in the heat of Yamim that are truly Noraim. In our Parsha, Adam Arishon is punished and is told, "B'zeh atapecha tochal lechem ad shuvcha el ha'adama ki mimena lukachta." Throughout the days of your life, until you are returned to the earth from which you were taken, you will earn your daily bread through the sweat of your brow and with hard, laborious toil. Ki afarata, you're nothing but dust of the earth. V'el afar tashuv, and that's what you're destined to return to, the dust of the earth. It's kind of reminiscent of the vidui that we recited, afar ani b'chayai, even as I am a living, breathing being. I am nothing but dust. What can a person say, la'achar me'ah ve'esrim shana, as they return to a lifeless form? Kal v'chomer b'mitati, they are surely nothing but dust. What are the tchunot, the characteristics of dust? In a few weeks we will read that Avraham Avinu says of himself, ba'an v'tanuto, in his modesty, Va'anochi afar va'efer, I am but the dust of the earth, afar, and ash, efer. What's the difference between the two? So many commentators note, amongst them Moreno Arav Soloveitchik Zatzal, that there is a very big difference. Efer, have davar sheyesh lo avar val ein lo atid, sheshum davar yitzmach mimenu. Ashes had past value when they were in the form of a cabinet, a chair, a table. They had purpose, they had function, they contributed something. But now that they are reduced to ashes, there's no future, there's nothing you can do with ash. On the other hand, afar, ein lo avar ve'erech b'hoveh. The dust of the earth has no past nor present value. It sits there doing nothing. Aval tamun bo kochot la'atid. There is incredible potential for the future. One can make something of the dust of the earth. To explore this further, there is a medrash in our parsha that describes the midat hachesed and midat ha'emet as debating the worthwhileness of the creation of the human being. Midat hachesed says yivra, it's worthwhile. Shehu gomlei chasadim, the human can do many acts of chesed, many positive things, whereas midat ha'emet proclaimed al yivra, shekulo shkarim, the human is filled with cheating, deceit, lies, negativity. What is this suggesting? That within the human being there is the potential to do good and the potential to do bad, exactly like the afar. In its present state, it is useless, but you can make something of it nonetheless. The human being has the capacity to elevate himself to the very highest spheres and be a force for good when doing the Ratzon Hashem. We have been witness, also in Chutz La'aretz, and especially in Eretz Yisrael, to the incredible acts of chesed, of kindness, of mitzvah, of good, amongst Klal Yisrael. Too many acts to possibly recount. But I want to give but two small examples. There is a Haredi settlement called Beit Chilkiah that is in close proximity to the Air Force Base Tel Nov. In Beit Chilkiah, they set up a system of lights, blue and white, the colors of the emblem of the state of Israel and its flag, in which they spelled out Tav Daled Hey, Todah. Thank you to all of those who were off on a mission. As their planes took off, they would see the illuminated sign, Todah, and be encouraged. And on the other hand, in Tel Aviv, a number of restaurants that were far from being kasher koshered their kitchens to the highest standards so that they could take part with the rest of Am Yisrael in feeding and nourishing our armed forces for every chayal on every level of kashrut. And therefore, these treifa restaurants now had kosher lemahadrin kitchens. Mi ke'amcha Yisrael, goy echad ba'aretz. We went beyond any imaginable act of chesed. We proved that afar can have future value. On the other hand, afar can be nothing more than its useless past and present. And we saw plenty of that on the hands of the enemies that surround us. Man can be very high, but he could descend to the depths of evil and depravity. He could be like the Afra, the Ara, the mere dust of the earth, Batel umevutal, with no inherent and redeeming value. Someone mentioned that their acts are acts of wilde chayes. And my brother-in-law said, rightfully so, that's an insult to the animal kingdom to be compared to this Afra Di'ara. God says to Cain, Arur ata min ha'adama, not ke'adama. And there are many interpretations why it is described as min ha'adama, amongst them the notation of the Ibn Ezra. Yoter min ha'adama shehi arura. You will be even more accursed than the cursed land. Tonight, in Kiddush, as well as in our Kriyat HaTorah tomorrow, we will read Vayihi Erev, Vayihi Voker Yom HaShishi. After the dark, gloomy night, Vayihi Erev, always comes a Boker, Vayihi Boker, the brightness, the optimism, the good, the light of day. Yehi Ratzon, may it be HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will, that regarding our enemies, they see fulfillment of the words that we recite in Bittul Chametz, with Chametz representing all that which is the evil of the Yetzer Hara, as we seek the positive impulse of Yetzer HaTov. May it be fulfilled of them. Libatel, may they be nullified. The leheve hefker ka'afra di'ara, may they be as worthless as the dust of the earth. May this truly be for all of Klal Yisrael and the world at large a Shabbat Shalom.